I wish we could understand the scope of the problem in its entirety. And I'm grateful that we have this opportunity to discuss what we can do as a state to help these children.
So that's an interesting point that you make. There's no tracking system for it. Erwin, have you seen cases? Because I've heard some estimates that there's been as many as 12 children who have died just since 2011 for absence of medical care.
Well, I haven't heard that number. I know what I've seen given over several years is there's about 2 a year. We're talking children. You know, the coroner's R aspect isn't just children in this aspect. All that's where the law is. But just to pass out a story that we have, or that I dealt with, when I was called out to the house on the death of a mother. When I got there, there were about 30 people from the faith there in the house that had been praying, and they said the mother died during childbirth, and I asked if did the child make it? And they said, no, the child died also. And I asked, where was the child? And they said, they're with the mother. I go into the room, and in examining the mother, the baby had crowned and got stuck in the birth canal. And the people prayed for the next 4 to 5 days while that baby rotted, and the mother became septic and died. So we're seeing things where even with adults and family members that are older that can make their own choices are not getting medical care, and in some cases they're wanting it, but because of the pressures from the church, they're not getting it. We had a case where a boy had died years ago from diabetes, and then we find out 6-7 months later his father went to a doctor to have treatment for something else. And I didn't find that out for like 4 years after the fact. But you know, the cases we're seeing, I see the sad end of it. Sore throat turns into meningitis. The father carries the 7-year-old, 8-year-old girl around the house for 4 or 5 days until she died, and he said she was just as burning up, and they're putting cold compress on her. And I got to the house about an hour and a half after her death, and her temperature was 106. I mean, I look at those, and they're hard. You know, being a man of faith, I sit and wonder how strong faith has to be to see that happen. But we all kind of have our own, how we look at different things. But I just, you know, my big strong feeling is that children don't have a say, and that we need to step up and you know, protect the children. I mean, this isn't necessarily putting boundaries on their faith. Let's put it where we can see what's going on. There's a lot of other stuff happening out there that doesn't lead up to death. And it's frustrating in our office when we're prosecuting one person for something and we can't get a prosecution on another person that's did something far worse. We just feel we need to, you know, to at least give the prosecutors the right to choose. And those cases, those are just some of many cases